Right after lunch, sleeping time for you. Okay. So DevOps, I already gave you the need why we got to go for DevOps, right? Why we are going for DevOps? When we follow agile approach, we'll be deliver some prototype executable code every sprint, at the end of every sprint, and then we'll be having a release time, and then we have earlier. Earlier, what happens is every 5 sprints we have one release. Okay, we have something like that. So all the work whatever you did in the 5 sprint, once it has been uploaded by the client, then we push everything into live. Okay, but that is also come with a lot of problems. So nowadays, what we are doing with the help of DevOps, whenever the code is being accepted by the client, we'll check in and then we'll push it to the live as quickly as possible. Okay. So earlier, if you see that right, the waterfall model, we'll be doing only one release for a period of 6 months or 1 year. Time period, we'll do hardly one release, and further we put all our effort. But now, if you take Amazon, they're doing around some 35,000 releases per day. Per day, they're doing how many releases? 35,000 plus releases. So imagine that you are developing it and then they are releasing it immediately. And good example is your Amazon website. Your Amazon website or Flipkart website, you see, right, every day you have some offers, right? It has been what? Changed regularly. Which means whenever some changes happen, we got to push that into the line. Right? So all our time, so you try, especially in big billion days, or some offer days, right? Many people will try and log in. If more than expected cloud, what happens? That cloud will crash, and then you are unable to make any orders. And also, sometimes what happens in your logic, if you make some mistake, then 60,000 iPhone will be sold with what? 2,000 rupees. Then the person who offered is lucky, right? So nowadays, what has happened? I think similar to the one case happened in our India. Some 4 years back, I covered here. Something like that, they passed the item, right? Around some 60,000 rupees worth of item. That person ordered for 200 rupees. Some technical glitch, algorithm fired, and then what is that? The price is being changed differently. Now the person is ordered, but the client, what is that? The customer is ordered, but who will deliver the product? Seller. Seller will sell it? No, because what? It's a loss, huge loss, right? So he cancels the order. So that person filed a case on that consumer. Now what happened? Customer won, right? What does it mean? Now the company, the seller need to give the item, also need to give the compensation money, which is close to 2 lakhs rupees something. So not only that phone, that is the product, along that you need to pay the, what is it, 2 lakhs rupees to the customer. In India, consumer boards are very minimally used by us. We never go to consumer board. Those who are using the right way, then you will get benefit. Anyway, so when you are doing this DevOps continuous release, right? What does that mean? So continuous integration, continuous CAC. Okay. So when you are having this process in hand, you can maximize your release, which means that before you release, you got to check all the aspects. Your entire thing should be ready. Your functionality need to be tested, right? So a lot of things are behind the scenes happening, which is what the DevOps is very important, playing a very huge role. So in Agile team can't handle both. So what is happening? We have 2 teams. One is development team, another is the operation team. The development activity will be taken up by the development team. And I think you should belong to the teams. That is much better, right? So if you sit with your team, then it will be much easier because if you do hands up, you don't need to, afraid to ask any question or doubt with your team members. That's the reason I made a team. Otherwise, you will hesitate to ask questions with your team members or any other friends. Right? When you are comfortable with your team, or you will ask questions with your team members, right? Yes or no? I guess so. We'll see. Okay. So, So DevOps is one of these quick time to market. Very quickly you can release that item to the market and what? Reliable and stable application. Suppose imagine that you are playing one game, mobile game, okay, your favorite game, and they recently did some update, and after that the game is crashing very often. What will you do? Will you play? Will you immediately uninstall and go to next mobile application? Which means what? The client, the customer who is offering that, sorry, the producer of the game, they have to realize it very quickly and they have rolled back. If they don't roll back, they are in trouble. So roll back needs to be very quick. That is means what? You are released one version, if it is not working, you want roll back. Okay, in the earlier model, in your waterfall model, once your deployment is done, reversing it is very, very difficult. And that is why most of the time the deployment will happen only on the weekends or late nights. Okay, especially bank operations. If you see even now, it will be daily night, one particular 1 hour, you can't do any operations. Why? Because the daily backup and all those activities will be there. All those things will happen during the time period, and you are not allowed to do anything on the time. So like that, for the deployment, they have time period. Only that time you can able to deploy. Especially when you are having a global software, global tool, right? 24/7, some customer will be using it, right? Then what happens? You can't release it just like that. You need to inform that there is a downtime, right? And we'll be updating our version. So please be informed that notification will come at least 1 week before. Then only what? Everybody knows, okay, this is the time is 1 week down. And then they will do some update. So which means now also we do the same. Any critical update is a very, very important major update. It might do any backfiring or any side effect might come. We upgrade, then we do a downtime, and then what? We do this deployment. So otherwise, what will happen? It might backfire to you, especially when you are giving to the end user. Okay, imagine that banking operation. Imagine that you have DevOps, everything is ready, very good, and then decided to do some quick update during the banking hours. You decided, and then you did the update. Side effect of that, your bank account money, you have 1 lakh and it changed to 10,000. What will you do? What will happen to you? Other person who had only 1,000 rupees and now have 10 lakhs now. What will you do? You go to ATM, you will get cashless money, possible money, you take it out. It happened or not? Happened or not? The recently also we have a lot of cases, right? So one person got some crores of rupees in his account, right? TMB, Tamil Nadu Bank also, Punjab National, a lot of them. So credit error will happen, right? Instead of something else, some other people will get, and then what? Getting the money back is a long process. If the person denies, no, I won't give, then you have to approach it differently. Okay, so you are very careful on doing that. That is why we are going to have what? Reliable and stable applications. That is that. So we are trying to get the benefit and doing the continuous release. Okay, and then the last one is your the SLA is service agreement. That is minimum time when it need to be rectified. If any problem, right? What is the SLA? Before that, it will be rectified. That will be there or any support activities. Suppose if you are asking for refund in your Amazon or Flipkart, there is SLA. Within 2 days, within 5 days, you will get the money back. Suppose if you are doing an IRCTC ticket booking, your money is being debited, but then your ticket is not issued. Now what happens? Your money is gone from your account. When it will come back? Not immediately. Okay, that's definitely not going to come. Minimum 2 days, maximum 5 days. Right? So like that, there is an SLA will be there for every activity which will be signed by the customer and the development team. Okay. So what is that main change is? This is what will happen in your entire application. What is that? We have this business is nothing but your requirement, all your user stories. Okay, whenever any change request comes in, we put into the backlog. Okay, clear? And then what will happen now? That the requirements will be taken by the development team and the QA, that is quality assurance team. That is your agile team, right? This team will be developing the one, and they will release it. And then the production operation team, that is the support team, they will be what? Taking the release activities, and these two teams will collaborate because they should know what is being delivered and what is that in being the business logic applied by the development team, and then support documents so that if there is an issue comes in, then the production operation team can able to look in and help the customer to come out of that issue. So this is what all about your DevOps. You have a development team, an operation team. They collaborate on what? On continuous release of new items and maintaining the existing application successfully. Okay. So how we are going to do this, how we are going to manage this. That is your next important one. So most importantly, what is not, that is your very careful, what is not a DevOps. Okay, but just by having a Jenkins, right, and then all the tools we are using it in our project, doesn't mean that you are having DevOps. Okay, so having that tools is not DevOps. Why you are using the tool, how you are using the tool, how you are approach the DevOps process using those tools. That is where your DevOps is defined, not by what is that? Having all the tools and then using Jenkins orchestration, it won't call it DevOps. And then what is that? The last page one. So each and every manager, what is my stakeholder? What is my stakeholder? Is it? Stakeholder, who is stakeholder? What is the meaning of word stakeholder? Morning we had the quiz, right? I thought of asking questions for that. You had a stakeholder in one of the quiz questions, right?
Resources involved in that project.
Yeah. So resources, not only resources, stakeholder means your development team, your business team, and then your end users, right? Everybody is part of that project. We call it as one stakeholder. Mostly your end users and the business team, we call it, because they are spending money on it, right? So the stakeholder groups, right? The vendors, all this, right? So what is that? Your dimension by having all this one, you can say that we are having DevOps, right? What is the DevOps means? It is about what? It's about having a proper reason why they are having this. Each and every one having their own functionality, the role which they are playing in that particular development and maintenance activity, through which what we'll have enough of infrastructure, testing frameworks, everything to automate all those things, so that what we don't depend too much on the manual effort, because you got release, continuous release. If you are depending too much on the manual efforts, for example, you can think like that. ICICI Bank, right? When they are imagine that the ICICI Bank application, right? How many test cases will be there? Because they have to check, right? If a customer logs in that one, whether they are able to do all the work, right? When I send the money, is going to the other person or not, right? All these things you have to check, right? How will you do the checking? Unit test, right? Yes or no? How will you do the checking? Okay, I'll ask a different question. In every application, there is one entry or multi-entry. When you are running an application, you have single entry or multiple entry. Is it? We have multiple versions of banking software will run. When you are running a program, you have main function, right? Whatever the project you do, whether you write a 10-line project or a 2 lakh line project, that will be only one main function. Yes? That is the starting point of your project. Yes? So when you run the main function, where you are going to put your menu bar, everything, and then what? It is going to be, you imagine that way. Okay, there is a different way, but to take this particular approach. Now, when you are dividing it into the 10 different teams, a big project is divided into 10 different teams, and then 10 teams are working parallel. Okay, now each team won't get the main function. Any one of the team will get the main function. Right? The remaining 9 teams will create other modules without main function. Then how they know the module which they are working, creating is correct? The logic what they are applying is correct. How they know? How will they know? If you are having main function, then you can run it, and then through menu you can select option and you can check whether it's working or not, right? But other 9 teams, they don't have a main function. So how they will test their logic is correct or not? Unit test cases. So unit test cases, that is what I'm asking. If you ICICI Bank, imagine the banking software, how many test cases will be there altogether to execute? Approximately you can take one.
Based on the user requirement.
Approximately how many test cases will be there? From your point of view, if you are running a banking software application, how many test cases will be there approximately? Is it 1,000? Okay. Any other? Just be guessing work. Okay. Why you are raising it further? Guess the number. How many guesses will you do? If you ask me that more than lakh test case will be there because your website is the right, every link you got to click. When I click the link, it is going to the right site or not. And then it's coming back to the back to the home page or not. Everything you got to check. Okay. Now imagine you have 50,000 test cases are there. Imagine 50,000 tests. For every release, you have to check all the 50,000 test cases is working correctly or not. Okay. If you are doing manually, before release, you think you got to do it manually, you got to click on it and you got to check whether it is there right running or not. Will you able to do that all this one manually? No. That is where the automation comes in. Okay. So how we are going to automate? What is that the goal of your automation, and what is that test shoot you are going to focus? Which model you are focus? Which model you want to avoid? All those things comes under the test plan, test data. Everything is a separate area. Your test data you got to because you can't give the actual data. While you test, you can give the actual data. Also, you can't give a wrong data. Which means what? You need to have a test data separately. Test data management is there. Okay, so all these things we have. Nowadays, tools are there which will automatically generate random value. Okay, and it will give us the input to test it. We don't need to enter the actual name. There are tools which will generate the what is it? If you say city, then the tool will automatically bring some city name randomly from all over the world. Like that, we have tools. Those will be taken care by the testing team. But all these things get ready. Why that? We're putting together for a unified process. This is what very important. The process, unified process, what's very important. It is not about which tool you are using, whether you are using open source, whether you are using your proprietary tool. It's not about that. It's about how we are unifying everything into the form. So, if you ask me, right, in from Infosys, we focus on three things: people, process, technology. What is that people role in that DevOps project? What is that process we are going to follow, and how the technology is going to use to succeed with the proper DevOps environment? Okay. So first one, this is your people. In people wise, you can have a separate team, dev team and operation team. Right? Completely or independent each other. There is no, they are independent each other. So you'll be having what? Separate dev team, separate operation team. And for that, the process, you can have like this. There is development team will follow Scrum process, whereas the operation team will follow ATAL process. ATAL means what? It's a traditional way of doing maintaining software. Okay. So this now what is the problem here is right? This is the agile model. This is a non-agile model. Okay, which means we have what? Pros and cons accordingly. When you have a non-agile and agile is working together, we'll be having plus and minus as usual. Okay. And who will decide that? The project and the need of the project will be decided whether you are going to follow this approach or not. Okay. Then second one is your you have a hybrid, right? That right, you have a development team and then operation, but they will collaborate. They work collaboration. Actually, they are not separated. They will be collaborate. Suppose if you have multiple team, right? One member will be responsible for each team, and they will collaborate and they will be working on it. Because that particular tool is only one tool. You are releasing one application, but 10 different teams are working on development activity. Okay. Then each team will have one operation member, and they will discuss among themselves how to do the maintenance activity. So like that is your second one. Okay, in this case, how we can have is right, your development will follow Scrum and then your operation team will follow Kanban. This is a process phase, people process. Okay, and then third one is so completely merged, pure DevOps, which means working as a single team. We'll be having development team and operation team in a single team. Okay, which means what? They support each other within that same one for which we follow which approach? Scrum. Scrum plus Kanban joined together, we call it as what? Scrum. Okay, this is people and process. Technology wise, you can use any technology stack, depends on your project. So that is why I kept it separately. So the technology wise, right, you can have different, but what is that? You have to bring the combination of these things into your DevOps. That is your capabilities, right? What are the things you are going to work in? So here I have given the differentiation. The green color is what? Minimum capabilities or practices, and the blue color is what? Good to have. And the last white for policies or procedures or methods. The policies, procedures, method, what is that? You can't deny it, you can't avoid it. You need to follow that particular process or the policies you have done. Okay, now you can see the green color. What is the version control, static, build automation? Almost all the tools will come under this one, minimum capabilities. All the tools section will come under this minimum, because even without a team, without the tool, you can have DevOps. Okay, but the process time will be more. But otherwise, right, the blue color, you can see the blue color. What is that? Acceptance testing. Acceptance testing is important because the client will be say whether that particular product is accepted or not based on the criteria which he is given, which will be tested with the help of acceptance test cases. Okay. And then your rapid prototyping, code coverage, code review, unit testing. This all, and then here is what your test data management. Right? You can see all the blue color, right? This is a mandatory. The green color is minimum capabilities, and the last one is the policies, which is by default. You can't avoid it. Every company has their own policy, and the process you got to follow. If you are taking Agile, then you got to follow Scrum or Kanban process. Right? Any questions here? Any questions up to this? Clear? Is it covered already? What I am seeing now? If anything already covered, let me know. I will repeat. I will speak that one. I didn't want to take the time on it. Okay. So your CI/CD, you can take two parts. One is your continuous integration. Then what is it? Continuous delivery. So in your continuous integration, your development, right? This is development team 1, 2, 3. Okay, all the people will be having that repository, common repositories or GitHub repository. They're having branch, multiple branch. They'll take a branch or they work on it, and then they'll commit it that your source code is what? The cloud. So the GitHub repository is updated. Whenever the code, source code repository is updated, that will be triggered by the orchestration tool like Jenkins, which will monitor the source code repository. Listen very carefully. If it is Jenkins, it will check whether the source code is modified or not based on the timestamp. If it is modified, it will trigger the pipeline. We have the create. That pipeline will trigger automatically, and then each stage will be completed. If everything is done, then you will get a success message by what? Pushing that binary code, the executable code, zip code, or WAR file, or jar file, or exe file, whatever it is, that will be pushed into the repository, build repository. Is it just like GitHub? But what is the right? This is only for holding your build. That is the version, different build, right? If you want to reverse it, you will be taking it from here, build repository. If something is gone wrong, you want to reverse it, you can do it easily. That is where Kubernetes very advantage. Docker, Kubernetes, all are world. Very easily we can. I will come to the part later. Now, so the build repository is going to be an indication that the particular build is successful. The latest version is stored in the repository. From here, it will be taking the next stage. What is that? Your environment provisioning, testing part, deployment to the pre-production, release management, and then all of the things. So here, usually what will happen is in any company they will have a development environment, QA environment, and then your production environment. They will have minimum 3. Okay. So the team will be developing in the development environment. If everything is fine, they will push it to the QA, and then after that, we push it to the production. So through which, if you have a Docker, the Docker images, the final one is converted to Docker image, and then we load it into the Docker or Kubernetes. Okay, if it is a microservices, we go with the Kubernetes. Otherwise, what we go with the Docker. In Azure, there is we can do it in multiple ways. If it is a web application, we can host it in their own web server, different, and then we can run it. They have their built-in version of it. If you are using Jenkins, right, there is no specific set of tools. Only we don't use it. Use like this. There is a lot of combination of open source there. I'll show you one slide. It will have all the tools. Any questions on this? Any questions? Any questions? No? Okay. Let's say, right, these are the tools. Technology was right. I told you 3 things, right? People, process, technology. Okay, people, process, I explained. Technology, these are the technology stack. All these are tools. Okay, all these are tools related to CI/CD, and these are very limited. There are a lot of tools other than this. Okay. Again, now imagine if you never going to have all these tools in your curriculum, but when you come to work area, you have to work with any of these tools. It means what? You will have a training at the office will be there. In whatever company go, there will be job training, on the job training, or some sessions will be happening for you. But here they are focusing only on Azure. So Azure, why I choose it, right? You don't need to go with the different tools, open source tools. If I have some only training program, then I can make you to experiment not of open source tool. In Infosys, we have 5 days training on open source tool, CI/CD pipeline. If you want me to take it one day, you can see right all these things cover almost more than half a day. Okay, fine. So here, I'll tell you what is the major part. Knowledge sharing is what? How you share your knowledge, what you have learned in that project with other people. So most importantly, we use conference speech. This is what predominantly used, and then pick up pages. These were most predominantly used than other tools. Reddit, mostly US people use Reddit most commonly, but I don't know how many Indians will be using Reddit. But these are the two highly used. And then communication chat is right how you communicate with the team members. Right in one of my projects, I have a team. One member is sitting working from Bangalore office, one person is working from Chennai office, and one person is working from Pune, and another person working from Kolkata, and two people working from US, and one people working from Canada. Single project. Now what is that? If you are sitting next to us, you can ask questions, right? You can clear their doubts. When I have distributed, too difficult. What is the communication gap relay with people, right? To avoid that, we'll have this communication tools, Slack, mostly use Slack or the Microsoft Teams, right? And then these are the two commonly used mostly. And then depends on the other tools, but mostly we use Microsoft Teams and Slack, very commonly used. And or at least in Infosys we use these two very commonly. I can tell you that. And then application lifecycle management is tracking your all the requirements. I told you right, morning you have 2000 requirements, right? You have to capture all the 2000, you have to keep it somewhere safe, right? And then whether it's submitted or not. For that, we have the lifecycle management tool where Jira is predominantly used. Other than Visual Studio, Team Model Server, then Trello. These are very common. And then now many people are working on Asana also, being used by some people. Asana. And then the Basecamp is by what is that? The Salesforce they use Basecamp actually. Okay, that's it. So I guess for each one we have a lot of tools, but what you have to look at, right? This title. This is what you have to concentrate. That's what you have to concentrate. These are the right, but the activities are involved in your CI/CD pipeline. Okay, so you will be having some tools to take care of that activity. Monitoring activity need to be there. Orchestration should be done. That is where Jenkins or other tools will be there, or Kubernetes. Then your cloud AI service, right, and then deploy part. Then your configuration management. Most important that is Ansible will be there. If you are using Jenkins, mostly go with the Ansible. Okay, and Terraform is for the another one we use. In our project, we use predominantly Ansible and Terraform, and some project we use Chef also. Okay, so these are the tools, and don't try to learn all the tools. Okay, that is not your job. Getting it fine. Don't try to learn all these tools. Know that you have different tools for different purposes. Right? These are your unit test or all the test related tools. Okay. Fine. If you are working with Java, then you will have a different set of tools you have to learn. If you are working with machine learning, you will have a different set of tools. And if you are going with Azure platform, you have a different set of tools. Google platform or AWS platform, you have a different set of tools accordingly. So that is why, right? No need to try to learn all these tools at a single go. So your collaboration part, build part, test, deploy. The last one is your running. Okay, that is where you have this categorization. Okay. So what you are going to work here is the sample one is Azure. So in Azure, we are going to have some creating that account in Azure. The developer is going to use GitHub repository. I know sample 2 projects are there. We are going to take a fork from this repository and will be putting in Azure pipelines. Right, it is your CA, and then your pipeline for CD, and then your secret keys will be stored in the Azure Vault. Then your artifacts, Azure artifacts, nothing but your release management. That is your build. Once you have built, right, hope you know, right, I showed on server, right, where the build is stored, right? That will be stored in artifacts, and then you have the virtual machine, app services, web app, or whatever app you are going to work, that will be there, the Power Platform, and then so you'll be staging it so where you are going to push it, and then you can see library what is how it's going to perform. Then side by side you have the analytics part. So how your Azure VM is working, the Azure monitoring service, which will tell you whether your your virtual machine is being replaced more, and how much money you want to pay in terms of money, in terms of lines of code, everything. There's a lot of items will be there in the monitor, and then your application insight. That is, your application is running, how many people are there, and then what is the maximum usage. All those things are you can get it from inside, and then log analytics. That is so. The point is, right, all these things will be there. What I'm showing is very minimal here. I'll tell you the another one, that is your complete pipeline, the model. Okay. So your Azure board, the Azure board is where we capture your user stories, requirements. Okay. So based on the requirements, the high priority one, the developer will complete that, and that will be what using each one, Visual Studio board or Visual Studio platform. You'll be storing that in Azure repository or GitHub repository, depends where you're going to store. Okay, and then that will be pushed into the Azure build pipeline, in which what are things are going to happen? Getting the source from the GitHub or Azure repository, and then install the necessary tools, then build it, run the test, and everything is packaged, artifacts. Then push it over artifacts, that is Azure artifact area. We'll be storing everything into that area. Okay. Then after that, Azure artifacts is taken into the CD. Continuous delivery, where you'll be having the development stage, QA stage, production stage. Okay. Then for each one you'll be having the output development side will be, if this is working fine, then your development side is okay, and then we'll be going with the QA stage. There is a lot of rules and regulation. The testing conditions, like for example, 90% coverage should be done. Like there is a lot of criteria will be. If all those criteria met, then the QA is done. If it is not, then QA part, quality aspect, your code is missing something, and you want to go back to the development, then you do, and then you complete. Okay. So, for example, you have created some 1,000 test cases, and test coverage coming with that only 60% coverage. What does that mean? You have written a lot of lines of code, but the 1,000 test cases only testing the 60% of your code, not the 40%. It means what? Remaining 40% you will write additional test cases. Otherwise, your test is not done properly. Okay, that is the coverage part. Coverage means your application is covered, completely tested or not. That is called as what? Coverage testing. Okay. So once you're done, then we'll be having product stage where you have two things. What is that? Deployment staging start and then swap staging. So we'll be testing it. If that is done, then we'll go the actual pushing into the live environment, which will happen. Okay, it can be either through directly you can put it, or Kubernetes you can try with that, or Docker. It depends. It doesn't mean that you want to go with Docker always or Kubernetes. Depends on what purpose or sorry, what is that your application, and how frequently you are going to do the release, and what is that impact if anything goes wrong. What will be the impact? All those things will be considered before you decide which approach you are going to follow for the project. Okay. Microservices done right, we session microservices. Microservices, which one is better? Which approach? They mentioned something, right? Which approach they follow for pushing their application into microservices? Anything you discuss? What is microservice? Example. Any example? Did you get an example from the person, or did you ask question? Any example for that?
Shopping cart application.
Shopping cart
application. Okay. So the payment is a separate microservice, and for the tracking the delivery, there is a separate service.
So monolithic means what? All the things are in single location, which means if anything fails, the entire site will fail. When you say microservices, as a person mentioned, saying if you take LinkedIn, your chatting is a separate microservice, your job is separate microservice, like that they will do that. So what happens is, in that LinkedIn, if that one particular thing is not working, only that will affect it, not the other function. So what is that? You can able to work on that separately, right? So microservices were very important, and yes, Kubernetes will be very handy if you're going with the microservice approach. And Docker is kind of cost intensive process because you want to spend a lot of things, but Kubernetes is small items. So it's a different one. Okay, fine. Anyway, now here we are going to take it to that your demo part. Any question up to this? Any questions? Clear? Yes? Okay, fine. Now let me get in that. So these are that I have other things to prepare. I will go with this one. These are that website we are going to work now. That demo part. Okay. So you can note it down. Is there any sharing tool? Is there either having any WhatsApp or anything? I can share it and then you can share with it.
We have a WhatsApp group.
No, this portal now I have to share it. That's why I was this. You have WhatsApp group, right? Ma'am, I'll send this to your WhatsApp. Also, I'm sending that link to you. First, you can share these links to your participant. Okay. So listen now. Switch off your monitor first. I'll tell you what you have to do. Then you can do it. Please switch off your monitor. Since we have less time, you have to try on your own. I'll be there. I'll be roaming around to each one of you. If there is any doubts, anything you can ask me. But before that, listen. Okay. Clear? So I'm going to use the existing modules given by the Azure learning platform. We are going for the same. Okay. So here, all of you listening, I guess. Okay. So these two projects are given by the Microsoft Learning team to understand the Azure DevOps CI/CD pipeline. So this is a game module, sample one. It is not actual game, the game kind of one. Look and feel. So this is a web project, ASP.NET project. Okay, and then another repository only for deploy purpose. The deployment for the actual release purpose. We have two projects. Okay, we'll be using for this experiment. isn't it? Okay. So this first one is for CA, second one is for CD. Okay. So what we'll do is you need to have a GitHub account. You need to have your own account. If not, create a GitHub account, and then go to this respective one and fork it. Fork it means I'll show you. So you can see here, right? You see, right? Fork. So once you get it down, if you click on this fork, you can able to take a copy of this project to your GitHub. Okay. Don't do now. Just note it down. Remember. Okay. So the same way, you have to do the forking of these two projects. So when you do forking, you will ask other things, and then once you're done, you got to log into your account, and then you got to do all the specifications. Then the copy of this project will be, taken into your GitHub account. Okay. And we'll be using this information for two ways. One is why we are going to have is the GitHub site in online. Right, it's in your actual repository. You're taking a local copy to your machine. Your machine is having a local copy to do your development activities. Once you're done, you'll be pushing it to the central repository. When it has been triggered with that update, it will trigger the C icon. That is the continuous trigger, which you got to create. Okay, got it right? So you are having a GitHub repository. Since we can't create our project from scratch for this workshop, we are taking this already available project given by you, Microsoft Learning Tools. Okay. So this we are forking it, taking a copy to our GitHub. We are taking an actual copy there, and then we take the local copy by taking this one, the code. Okay. So what is this? This is your link. You can do the copy from here. So by copying it, and then what? We have to clone it into our local machine. I'll show you the commands. Okay, once you're done with that, you're taking the copy into your local machine as well. So whatever you do, you push it, then it will come to the major repository, and then your Azure will be connected to this one. It will trigger the pipeline. That is the way we are going to do. Okay, so a lot of things are involved here. So now, this is the first part. The next one is you have to create account in Azure. There is your VM part, Azure. VM. Here will be creating our own service resource. So we'll be focusing on app services. Listen very carefully. Here for this example, we're going to focus only on the app services. Okay. So what we going to do is we going to create an by clicking it. I'll tell you when to do that. I'm just showing you. You just remember this. So you will be creating one app services for web application. This is web application. So we are creating a VM for app services, and then we'll be having an account in your Azure DEVOPS. Okay. So here, once you log in successfully, you have to create an account here. I have given that portal, which is your dev.azure.com, where you have to create. You have log in, you have to create an account and get into that part. Then you can create a separate area that is project for you. Under the project, you will be having the other major. Sorry, these are the projects. This is your section, your own domain, your personal domain. Okay. So here I created two. One is for this is for CA and this is for CD. Okay, which I have created already. And similarly, you may have to create one by one, not immediately. So when you are creating a new project, just click on it, and then you will be asked information, your project name, and it's a private only. And then in the advanced section, you have to select the Git and then basic. This is what you want to give. Okay, and then you have to say Git create, But whatever that name you are giving, you have to remember that name. Okay, fine. So as of now, we remember this. This is for your Azure DevOps, which means when I created that, we'll be having the board. Everything will come under this project. Okay, you can see right. Boards, repository, pipeline, respan, artifacts. In our case, we are not using repos because we are using GitHub. We are not using Azure repository. So we are using what? GitHub. So we will not be working on it. The board is to create our own stories. I'll show you that. Okay. You can see right. These are the stories like this. You can see right. The first one, setup environment, analyzing module, then develop the module, and just given some. And then you need to create your own team to assign these tasks. Okay. So to create a team, you can check with your friends and you can send an email to them. how to do that is in the bottom you have a project setting, okay, where you will be having teams. You can see, right? I have created two teams. One is a demo team, another is web team. Okay. So I click. I given my own ID and into that one. They can add members here. Okay, you can give your mail ID, and they will receive the mail, and once they accept, then they will become part of this team. Okay. So when they are part of the team, what you can do is you can map the project. You can map the repository to it. That is, sorry, you can see here, right? Unassign. So now you can click on, and then you can assign the task to your you see, right? Assign. So here as of now it's only one name. My name is coming, right? So those who are accepted invitation, their names will come here. And then you can check this task is to whom. Which means what? In right self-assisting, the member will say, I will do this task. Which means what? Will be marking that job to that particular person. So that person is responsible to complete the task. Okay. That comes under the board. The board is going to track all these things. And then your pipeline is for your pipeline. That is your CI/CD pipeline. Okay. I'll tell you, right, what you got to do. Here, mostly your pipeline will fail for one reason. I'll tell you when you come to that particular stage. Okay, and then artifact is once your pipeline is done correctly, then the artifacts will have the copy of that build. What is the build you successfully done? That will complete. Okay. So once it is coming to this particular part, then we can use this to the next stage. What is the next stage? Continuous deployment. Okay. So for which we'll be having another GitHub project we'll be doing it. And one more thing here, this particular one. Sorry. This one is a sample project. That is the pipeline, right? We are going to create pipeline, right? So the ready-made pipeline is there already. Since it will take a lot of time for us to go with our own from scratch, you can see, right? Choose template. You can see, right? Create release pipeline with Azure pipeline. So like this, if you choose, if you click on here, you'll be having right lot of templates will be there. You can see, right? Host your own build agent in Azure pipeline, create multi-stage pipeline. So what is the need purpose? Ready-made templates already they have provided. So in our case, we'll be going with two templates. One is this create release pipeline. Another one is the first one, create build the pipeline with Azure pipeline. This is first one CA, and then this is your CD. Okay, this is the CD. These two templates they are going to use in this project, which is available separately. Where Azure DevOps, what is that? Your model generator. Okay, sorry, demo. Azure DevOps demo generator. .azurewebsite.net. This is already there, the template. If you don't want to use the template, means you got to start everything from scratch. Okay, that will take a lot of time. That is what we are going with the template. So here, what will happen is you got to mention the project name, okay, and the organization which you have to consider. Right? The organization is nothing but this name. You can see here, right? Under the organization only, I have two projects. Okay, so what are the name you want to give? You can give, it's up to you, right? And don't forget that name. This is your okay. So you can see, right? This is the eShop envelope. If you want to choose the template, you go to the Microsoft Learn, and then this is for CA, and this is for your Z. Okay, clear? I'm just giving basic information. Then I'll be giving that a reference document by saying it you are going to create it. Okay, and I'll be there, help you to. I'll roam around until you complete that one. We'll try to complete as quickly as possible. You have 3:30 break, right? 3 or 3:30? 3 o'clock. Okay, then create all your accounts first. Before you go for break, create GitHub account, create this Azure, put all this one, create it. Then I'll tell you what is the go to next. Those who are going to do the demo, hands around, create your respective account or join with a friend and see what is your friend is doing and work together as a team. It's up to you. Whether you want to work separately or you want to work with the team or work with your friends, it's up to you. So first one is create a GitHub account. And then if you are already having Azure account, then no problem, you can log into that one. Okay. If they are told, you can ask. If you are not, you can ask. Microsoft account, you can try with Gmail. If it is not taking, then you can create one Hotmail account. Try with Gmail. And then type on Gmail account. So if you don't have Microsoft account, create an account in Microsoft, hotmail.com or Microsoft.com, you will create one. Get account. You learn where. So if you are not having Microsoft account, create that first, then you can create your GitHub account. Use the same, or you can have your separate Microsoft account, no problem. Okay. Submit. Then you to work with Azure, you need a Microsoft account. Okay. Okay, so if you go there, right, I have an account, separate account. So if you use Hotmail or Live, right, you can create your own account. Okay, so you can see, right, all my work which I practice, which is getting mailed here. See, right? So you can go to your Microsoft.com and then you can create your Hotmail or Outlook mail account. It's up to you. I have my Hotmail account when I study in college, so I have. Now Hotmail is not there, you can go to your Microsoft Outlook. So if you have any doubt, any question, ask me. I'll come and help you. Okay. No, sir. Then you create the GitHub account. Got it there? Now then login the you can keep it. You need to have 3 websites. One is your web generator, then another be another. But the loss of that. You will receive WhatsApp from college and check their websites. Ensure that you have account on all those websites. In GitHub, last to other GitHub website, I really want to suppose that you can create a GitHub account. Okay, so now listen, have a look at it. All of you. All of you. Will have come. So this is the one you are going to do. You are going to try. Even if you are unable to complete here, you can complete the remaining at your home. Because you are having your cloud account only. You are not having only cloud. You are not installing anything in the local machine. So you can complete the remaining in your home also. It's up to you how you are going to sell it. So this for practice, you are going to do only this. Part 1, part 2, part 3. That part 2 is your CA, part 3 is your C. Okay, this is your preparing environment. Okay, I'll share this website, the link. Okay, so through your WhatsApp, you can get it. Okay, not now. I'll send it to you later. But as of now, install your GitHub, create a GitHub account, Microsoft account, and log into Azure DevOps, log into Azure VM, log into Azure Demo website. You log into these three, then I will tell you the rest. So these three websites you have to create account. That means what? You are logging using your Microsoft account. So, so credit card, if you is asked, right, give some credit card if you have. Otherwise, and if you are having your account, then it's easy. If you want money, you want to be directed. Okay, very carefully. It is only for testing purpose. If you are actually using it, I'll tell you that is what I did. Going step by step. Don't forget to switch off your virtual machine. If you forget, then your credit card will be charged. But here they have production. In AWS, those things will happen very quickly. Here they don't have production like this. My friend colleague, they paid almost 60,000 rupees just to forget the switch of the VM. We keep on running it as pay the use. When you use the VM, you got to pay. Okay, so here they will give some initial amount. This is very good, lot of you. They having the Azure VM, they give some initial money. They like some 10,000 credit or 10,000 credit will be given. Within that only you will be spending this activity. This is free for 30 days only. Okay. Within the 30 days, after that you have to pay money if you want to use it. So that's why when if you are logging out, once you done with that, switch off, shut down your VMs. Okay, don't forget. Shut down your I'll tell you the stage when you come to the credit card. But remember that so if you have a credit card, you can enter it if they won't direct any money. Right, only when you consume more than the free credit they have given to you. And for this demo, the free credit is more than enough. Don't need the extra money for it. Okay. So better if you record this whenever you do this, right? You have a screen record which you record it. So what you want forget and no need to test it again because your account is expired. Then you don't need to worry. You can go with your recordings. 30,000 rupees. So if you don't have a card, right, you can join others who's having that activity. The only as you have a problem, having all the cookies, the So if you log in all the portals successfully, I need how many of you log in successfully? So please raise your hand if you log into all these portals. First three portals successfully. Please raise your hand, then I can decide how to proceed. You have a condition. No, you got to give a multi-set. Maybe the cookies like those are cookies are those are madam without see, if you are getting that interaction record error, try to log in with your Microsoft account, log in with your Linux account. Log in with your Microsoft account settings. இது Gmail Right here, back from break. Break putting it. If you are getting the error right interaction record error, we get Google right, you get some guide and you can check it out. And check this PD if you want. Ah. Okay, hope you are able to see this one. So there is a learning portal from Infosys. Okay. Infosys Springboard. I will share the link through WhatsApp group. Okay. So you can log in with your email account, your Gmail account, your existing Gmail account is good enough. If you log in for the first time, you will ask some information you want to provide. Once you have provided all this information, you can get into the learning area. We have provided some 2000 courses, all are free. Okay, so you can search whatever you want. So you can see right Azure DevOps, Continuous integration, right? These are for just kept it as the first for you to show. Okay, and if you want to focus on Kubernetes, see, so you have that training material for that as well. Okay, your Prometheus. So you can, if you simply search for anything, you can see here, right? Courses, 16,170 courses. They all are free only. So you can take whichever course you want. And course provider you can check here. You can see, right? These are the people provided course material. This is our own material. This is from AWS, IICTE, CISA. Right? These are the people provided the course material into this platform. These are all free. So you can learn whatever you want. And whatever topic you search, you will have courses on that. You see, right? 800 courses are there in Python. You see, right? Okay. And what is important one is if you go to the applications, you can see, right? You can check your knowledge with the quizzes, like right quiz games, and this playground is for practice. If you choose playground, we have created now VMs dedicated for that project. You can see, right? If you want to test something, right, or you want to try automation testing with Selenium, you can click on it. You can it load the VMs where you can practice. So all your playgrounds are there. This is for big data. Like that, we will be having specific playgrounds. So this is for Java testers. When you click on it, right, you don't need to install anything. The VM will come with all the tools, and then you can practice directly. Okay, and this is your puzzle. Okay, you can check it out. All these things will be there, and this is your. If you want, you can set your own goals, and then badges you will get like this. You see, right? When you complete, you will get badges like this. Okay, and most importantly, you will get your certificates. That is very important. So when you complete successfully, you can download your certificate. So here I just open. I'll show here. Let's see, right, 7%. If you complete everything, you can download certificate. You can see here, right? Complete the certificate. When you done everything, you can download certificate. Okay. And then there are some certifications also there. That is certified professional by Infosys. You can see, right, this is scale certification material like this.
Start this journey by registering only.
See, right, this is a blockchain related certification. Okay, and This is got to consider right, take certification. So this is a specialized one. You have a video proctoring exams. You can't, no one can, you got to sit there activating a video camera and you got to take the exam. If you do any, even the slight head movement, you will be failed. Okay. So you have to sit there throughout the exam without seeing any other reference. You have to complete it. If you complete with 60%, you will be given Infosys certified blockchain professional. Either you get certified. No, free. All are free. Okay. So this in Springboard platform is completely free. You can try it out later, and you can go through this continuous integration. If you go through that, you will have all that materials inside. You see, right? Okay, you'll be having step by step. You'll be explaining what is it. What I shown you, I given the overall, right? You'll be having that step by step explanation for you. You see, right? Which are the tools used for that everything. And then at the end, you'll be having that examination. You see, right? These are the topics. So at the end of every chapter, you'll have a quiz. And then the final assessment question. Okay. That's it, right? You'll have some 10 or 20 questions will be there. See, right, when you start, you have 40 minutes question, 25 question, right? 40 minutes. So if you pass the examination, you will get certificate. This is course completion, which I shown, right? Certification is different. That is Infosys certified will be tougher than this. Okay, if you clear it, you get certificate from Infosys, saying that Infosys certified professional. Okay, which is free. Okay, all the courses are free.
The certification also can apply for a job.
That is job is different. That is when you come for specific categories, that type certification will be useful. But if you come for a fresher job for 3.5 lakh salary package, you won't consider it because anyway you come for a common training. You have a specialist program. Like you have 3 categories of recruitment with 3.5 lakhs, 6 lakhs, and 8 lakhs. You come for 8 lakhs, that time this certification will help you, but not for 3.5 lakhs. Okay, so you can see, right, the containerization concept, everything will be there. Whichever they already covered, right, you can check it out. And the same way, if you want to know more about Docker also will have sessions, you have courses will be there. You see, right? So whatever the topic you name it, we'll be having session material here. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, whatever you want to learn. Right? So I don't know whether you know about this site or not. It is from Infosys, completely clear for us. Okay. So if you want to learn more anything, you can refer this site. I will go back to here. So that error message you got, right? That is because of your mismatch in the local time. Okay. Those who have got the error, right? Interaction required. Right? That error is coming because of your local time. If there is a local time mismatch, then you are getting that error. So change the time, you can work with that repository. So now what is the next thing you are going to do is, so hope you create an Outlook account and you create all that required one. And now, so go to this Azure DevOps part. Okay. Here you can see, right, new organization, right? So first you create an organization. You can see, right, you will get this one step. You can do it side by side. You can click on that create organization. You will get this. The next here, and it will come with some default name. If you don't want it, you can change it. If you don't want that organization, you can give whatever the name you want. Okay, but remember that name. So you can give, it should be unique. Okay, it should be unique. You can give whatever you want and then type this letters here, right? Correctly, and then press continue. It will create a new organization. right and left and there's any order. It's created. Organization, not here. Another code. Dev.azure. So you have got 3 code later also. Azure DevOps. So go to the portal Azure DevOps portal. Okay. Where you are creating an organization. Under the organization, you can have a number of projects, and each project can have a separate team working on the project. So once you're done with your creation of this, done, pushing left. So I'll share this link now. Okay, I'll share this link with you all. Professor, WhatsApp அனுப்புறாங்க ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். Okay, you will receive a link and open that link. WhatsApp will get a link. That is your reference material for this demo, hands-on demo. That is that activity you are going to do. Okay. So you can try whatever that you can do as of now. The remaining, if there is anything you have a doubt, you can reach out to me. I'll give my mail ID. You can credit from professor. You can reach out to me. Okay. So you got it. This particular page. So here the first part is what the get started with Azure DevOps. The basic content will be there. Okay. And you may have to answer some question to get some points. Okay. So in the first part, right, you have requirements once done. Then you can go to the next one. You can see, right, all the parts will be the questions. Sorry, modules will be there. Since I already completed. Okay, fine. Next one. So here in the part 2, this is very CA. Part 2 is for CA, part 3 is for CD, continuous delivery. Okay. In CA part, if you go to this continue, then see here, right? I think first part I think I missed it. Okay, I'll show it in. So this is the first one. First setup, hope it is visible to you. When you go to your first stage, it's a DevOps organization creation. That is what you did. Okay, dev.azure.com. You create that organization. Then second stage is okay. So your organization is created. Then next one is creating the project. So in the same one, you can right select the organization, click what is that new project, and see the steps. All are the same. Here you can give any name. Okay, listen very carefully. All of you. Here the project name is what? We are going to work with the Space Game Web that is been free project given by the Microsoft. You can use the same name or you can use your own name. It's up to you. Okay, I'm using Xavier demo like that. I use same thing, right? You can use anything, no problem. So it is not going to affect your result. This is just a name for your project. Okay, this is the steps. Once you're done, we'll go. So what you do is you go to the so click on new project. Once you have created your organization, click on the new project. Give the project name. Project name you can give the same name or you can give demo, CS. Right, Azure, you can give anything, whatever you want. But it should be unique. Once you given that, select the private, and then the advanced section, you get at basic, and then click create. So once you're done, this project will be created. Done. Click it. Yeah, created. So once you created, you will be open. You will get into the project. It will something like this. You will get that screen like this. If your project is created successfully, you will get this screen like this. Got it? Anybody having any problem? No? Okay, done. Pushing level. Say yes or no. Pushing idea. Yes. Pushing idea. What is it? What stage? All of the other guy knows. Data on the guy. Gmail rather than minus rather than good. Ah, simple. Okay, try to create your own Microsoft account so that you can avoid other problems, issues. Okay, fine. Now here, right, go to the board. Go to the board. So you can create items like this by clicking on new work item. You can see, right? New work item, you will be having three things will be there. Epic, issue, task. Okay. Epic is biggest source. So listen very carefully. In Agile, I told you that all the requirements are collected in terms of what? Stories, user stories. Okay. What is the time duration of our sprint? What is the time duration? 2 weeks. Normally it's 2 weeks. So any work is going to take more than 2 weeks. We call it as a epic. Which means what? They are divided into small stories. So any work is going to take more than 2 weeks. We call it as what? Epic. And then we divide that into small pieces. We group under that kind of folders, subfolder kind of. We group it. So that is the epic. Issue is what we are actually working, and task is the other work. There are some background tasks will be there which we call it as a story. Okay, so which we call it as a task that you can take. So as of now, focus on only issue, that is called stories. Issues are called over here stories. Okay, so you can create anything. You just click on it, and then it will ask for you to enter information about it. Okay, you can see, right? You can enter title, then add it to backlog. Okay, and what is the sprint name? Is it sprint 1 or 2? You can create a sprint. Okay, so what you have to do is you go to the board. This is one way. Other one is just click on it where you want to create. Yeah, so come to the backlogs part where you have all the items will be there. Here you can simply click on one work item and then you can add it here. This will be much easier than creating through work items. Okay, so in board, work item is currently which item you are currently working, that is work item. And the board is the not to do in progress kind of, you can say right, to do, doing, none. This is your board. So once you start working on it, I can move this to in progress. Okay, which means what? Now this item is in progress. So other members, those who are working in my team, they know that I am working on this particular item. Okay, if there is anyone who is depending on this particular task, they will wait for me to complete this. Then only they can start their work. Okay, how you wait for the first one to complete the first full way? Like that, you will be having internal dependency with it. So once I done that, then another person will start doing the next work. Okay, if there is no dependency, that person can do a parallel work. And you will work on the some item parallel. So once it is done, I can move it to what? Done. That is your board. And the backlog is all that item, right? In the morning I told you, right, 2000 requirement. Then all this 2000 will be here in this backlog. So we'll be selecting it for the sprint. So sprint is right. You can see here I have given 1 week sprint. You can see these are the 1 week sprint. So if you want to create a new sprint, you can see already have created 2 sprints are here. If you want to create a new sprint, click on that sprint and then click a new sprint. Okay. You can give your team name and then the team name. Sorry, for team name, we need to create a team first, which you will go to the project setting. To create the team first, go to the project setting. Where you will be having teams. You can see right, I have 2 teams created. You can create by clicking this new team. Okay. So you can create a team, no problem. You can so that you can use the team in your sprint. So you can click on it. So you can give your friend's mail ID as a member. So here I have right 3 members. So when you click on this new team, you can mention the team name and add members, right? You mention their mail ID, full mail ID, comma next ID. Those will receive an invitation. Okay, when they accept it, they will be coming into this board, into the project. Okay, then you can assign the task to them. Clear? You will create it and see right which project you can see all those things. Done? Team create particular. The next one is you have to create a sprint. So you can go back to your project and then go to the boards and where you will be having sprints. Okay, in that create a new sprint. You can see the right add option will be there. This is the right new sprint. Okay, click on that. Give a name for the sprint. Sprint 1, sprint 2, like it, give a name. And then start and end it. Okay, if it is a 2 weeks, then you have to give 10 working days. Okay. Which means including Saturday, Sunday, you have 14 days, right? So 4 days will be holiday, you have 10 working days. So you give the start date and end date, then you have the location, right? Your project location, each one. Then you will be able to create a sprint. So this is one thing. And other one is next one is your delivery plan. Listen, all of you. I told you right that I draw the picture right complete. So what is that? The entire 2000 stories divided into multiple release, right? So each release is a one delivery. Release 1 means delivery 1, delivery 2, delivery 3 like that. So if you want to create your delivery plans, then you need to create a plan like here, clicking on it. What is the plan? You click on it and give a name. So here I created one sample plan. You can see here, right? This is sprint 1, sprint 2, and what is that? Here I have deliver MVP, minimum viable product. That is I mark here. And then we'll be having a release 1. That is the first delivery. Okay. And then you can mark your line, and here I have a December, right, or Christmas holidays from the client side. So I mark the holidays time period. So now within this, whenever I have a new one, I can add it over here. So how we can do this is you can see here, right? There is a dependency. You can see what is the dependency here? What is it? Unit test cases and a develop. So which one is come first? Development should come first, then what? Your unit test cases. So without that you can't do that. So either you can have a dependency created. So how to identify it? Whenever you have this red line mark, right? When you have a red icon, those things are having what? Dependency. Which means what? You should make sure that which is completed first. You can't complete this first without completing it. That is why the dependency is there, which you can draw by marking it. How we can mark it is by clicking on this link, right? You can see this is being there. So suppose if I want to create git page. Suppose you say right before git page I have complete setup. Then you can click on this. No dependency. So here, right, when you move this one, you will get us this icon. If there is any dependency, it will show. Now, go here. You can see here, right? Add link. So if you go there, right in your backlog area, where you have a new item, you can see, right, it's a link type is child or duplicate, parent, predecessor, or successor. Okay, these are the types, the links which you can create. So child means what? Your parent is the outer one, the inner side. You have inner loop, right? Inner loop. What is inner loop? Outer loop, inner loop, right? Outer loop is parent, inner loop is what? Child. Kind of one you can create. That is child relation. Or if it is a predecessor means you have to complete this first. Successor means the second one. Before that you have to complete something else. So before GitHub based workflow, you say right what you have to complete. You can mark that. The task or the issue you can select. I think I moved that item wrongly, I guess. Try this one if you're getting your message on your screen. Something is missing. Yeah. You can see, right, this is analyze the model and develop the model. This has been linked. Okay. You can see now, right, these mark the link here. So like that you can create your link. Okay. So this is for a complete delivery plan. If you want to add a new item, you can see, right, markers. Listen very carefully here. If you want to do that marker, right, you can go to the settings. Setting is here. Okay. So you will be having your settings, and when you click on it, you go to this marker. Okay, and you can see here, right, all three things which I created. One is MVP, release, and then on Christmas holidays. So if you want a new marker, you can click on this new marker and you can create it. And if you want to change the color, styles, all these things you can do too. Okay, this is for your board, maintaining your board. Okay. So once this is done, then we can go to our next. This is a board level. I explained all these things. The next one is your DevOps project. So here, the template, right? You got to go to this new project area. The first one is first one is you got to select this one. This is the template. Okay. So for that, when you are getting into this new project area, you can by default that link will come. Otherwise, you got to click on this choose template. Go to Microsoft Plan, take the first one. That is your CA, integration pipeline template. Ready-made template there, you are going to use it. Okay. So the URL is what? Create a build pipeline. That is, you can you check this for more information. So this you select it, and then you can click on the select template, then your project name. Give your project name which you have created there. In your Azure portal, you create a project name, right? Same project you mention it here, and the select organization, right, which will come automatically, which is not. Okay. So you select the organization and give the project name which you have given in your Azure DevOps portal. Okay, the same project name you mention it, and then once you're done, then you can give your create project. The down you will have a create project will be activated. You have this create project. So remember, this project name is the same project which you have used to create in your Azure DevOps. Same project. Okay. So that informations are right. I'm captured everything in a OneNote, but right already is at the same portal. If you go to the portal, this is where available. All the materials are there. Okay. See here, right? Everything will be there here. The material you can go through this. So these are your this Microsoft Learn property. You can see right. All the courses will be available. You can see right. All courses will be there. You can select. Then you can learn accordingly. Okay. Again, all are free only. This is from Microsoft. Okay. So here you can see right. How many courses are there? Modules. 4,000 modules are there. Okay. So you can search for DevOps and you can go with that also. You can see right. Okay. But here in our case, we have given one particular link. That link is enough for you to go with that. Fine. Let me go with the next one. So once you're done with this, then the next stage is, delivery plans, which I already shown you. How to create the delivery plans, I already shown you, right? Okay. So you can ignore this track. This is also done. So now this is the next one, where we are going to take the project from your GitHub. And say, let's start with Azure DevOps. You go to that learning.com, you'll be having this. So here, this is what very important. Listen very carefully. And this parallel job. Okay, all of you please listen. You can follow the guidelines here, but you will not get result until this parallel job is been activated for you. Okay, listen very carefully. You can follow all the steps. Okay, but the final stage it will work only when your parallel job is activated. So for which you'll be having the same thing in your learning material. Okay, you can click on this form right if you go there, where you want to submit your request to get the parallel access. You can see here you can give your name and your email address, the email address which you use to create your project, Azure DevOps, same mail ID, and then you can enter your DevOps organization. What is the organization? In my case, my organization name is what? Roy Arnold 2024. That is my organization, right? So same way, you got to mention what is your organization. That's right. You mention it here. That is that particular link. The same way, either this one or this one. Okay, slash. You got to mention it here, and then you will. It's a private one. You click on private and submit. So they have mentioned that you will get within 2 days later they mentioned to get the access, but don't know how long it will take. So they have mentioned that right your request will take 2 to 3 business days. So once this is activated, then only you can see the actual output as per the learning material. Until then, you can do all the steps, but you will wait until you get this access. Okay, so you can follow the step by step. So you need all this one: Azure subscription, GitHub account, Visual Studio Code, and then a .NET SDK installed, and GitHub. So in your local machine, if it has been already installed, then it will be easy. Otherwise, you have to install it for the local one to work. Okay. So how we can work it out here is, here I have Visual Studio Code. See, right? You can see, right? This is that game. This is that MS Learn Trailsum portal. Okay. This is for deploy is for CD, continuous deployment. How we are making it is from here. If you go to your, you see, right? You can take a copy of it. You can take a copy of it, and then what you got to do is you got to add. When you copy paste, right, add this command before, that is git clone. Okay, this command you got to execute in your Visual Studio Code. So you take the copy of it, git clone. Where you got to go is you got to go to your Visual Studio Code, go to your parent location. You can see now here it is like a given, right? So you go to the parent unit. How to hold on. You got this?
Because students are very big college people. We can have them.
Okay, so you can I shared the link, right? So you use the from WhatsApp one. You follow the step by step, right? For each one course. And if you have any doubts anywhere, you can reach out to me. Okay. See, all these works come under free only. Azure DevOps proposing the credit card to be a credit card debit card, that will not be utilized. You can have given free credits, some 13,000 rupees free credits given, right? Using that you can do. But for this, all the activity, nothing will be, downloaded. Listen very carefully. I will show only this one. In your virtual machine, okay. This is a VM area. So you can see here, right? These are my, VMs. This is one app service. Sometimes I tried for Jenkins, which took a lot of time. So that's why I moved to, Azure one. Okay. So when I open this, you can see here, right? It is running already. I didn't show anything, right? You can see, right? Just keep on running because it is not stopped. Okay. So what you got to do is when you are having this VM, if you are not using it, click on this, stop it. If you don't stop it, it will keep on running. Okay, it will be using your free credit. When it comes to 0, this will stop. But in AWS, what will happen is it won't stop. It will keep on using it, and then what is that? Your credit card will build. I told you that one of my friends paid 60,000, but just to forget to stop the service. Okay. So here it is not a problem, but still, right? You switch off it. When I say stop, then it will stop the entire VM which I used here. Okay. If you don't want it, delete it. Okay. Don't want it further, delete that one. So you can create it later, not a problem. You can create later by clicking on this app services, and then you can go to the create where you'll be having this web app. Then step by step, if you follow that, you can able to create it your own. So here you can select free trial. It's a free trial, and then your resource group. I have given my own resource group like you can see, right? Xavier demo app, and then you can give a unique name, and then your code. Okay, your battery code, and runtime stack is a .NET here, and it's a Linux one. Okay, then you can get in which area you want to allocate the server. You can select. If it is not a map, then you can select come back and then select some other region. Sometimes the regions will be filled, means you will not get that VMs allocated. So come back and choose anything. That's not a problem. You will have India also. You check with India Central. If you don't have that access, yes. Gone. Right. And then you can go with it. Next step, apply. So you got to give the name. Yeah, that's it. So don't forget this one. Okay then. Thank you.
Feedback. Yes, they are picking up the garbage.
Yeah. So now, right, I will give you one more quiz as a homework. You try it out. Not now. Not yet.
Sir,
I will.
last day we have an assessment. You can send it to me. I will contact it.
I'll send this link and then you try to take whatever you develop, right? You study, you see that. Whether you look at it or not. Setting earlier. Oh, bus is